Right now, what has been one of the biggest stories of the new year will have to wait a while as Chandler Halderson, the man accused of killing his parents, tests positive for COVID. Plus, healthcare experts say your cloth mask just isn't cutting it anymore. Their recommendations on the best way to protect yourself and your family. It's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Thanks for joining us tonight. The homicide trial of Chandler Halderson now being delayed as attorneys informed the court today that Halderson had tested positive for COVID-19. That test came back after the day's proceedings had finished. According to the Law and Crime Network, who is providing the pool video feed for this trial, it'll be delayed until at least January 18th. Halderson's defense attorneys say he is vaccinated. We'll have an update on what happened in court today coming up in just a few minutes. Halderson's positive case comes a day after the National Guard tested all inmates inside the Dane County Jail. Dane County Sheriff Calvin Barrett said the jail is currently experiencing record high numbers of COVID-19 cases, leading to the expanded testing effort. Dane County setting another new single-day record for most COVID cases. Data from Public Health shows 2,127 new cases were recorded yesterday. The previous record just under 2,000, and that was set last Friday. Statewide, more than 12,000 new cases were reported over the past 24 hours, fueled by the Omicron variant. More than 28% of tests being taken are coming back positive. That is just a fraction of the 1.3 million new cases reported nationwide yesterday. And now the CDC is considering updating its mask guidance. First reported by the Washington Post, the agency will likely advise people to opt for the highly protective surgical masks worn by healthcare personnel instead of the popular cloth options. Our Christina Laurie spoke with local healthcare professionals today and what masks they recommend going forward.
It's getting harder and harder to remain hopeful as case numbers, hospitalizations, and deaths seemingly set new records every day.
We know a whole lot more about this virus than we did a year ago.
But Dane County doctors say something as simple as swapping the type of mask you're wearing may help turn things around.
We are encouraging people to change from their cloth masks to more of a surgical mask.
SSM Health Dr. David Ottenbaker says the science shows cloth masks are no longer cutting it, a claim supported by researchers across the country.
The typical cloth mask might be 50% effective, and that was okay before. It doesn't seem to be enough with Omicron. We have special masks called respirators, such as an N95, that offer much greater protection. They're able to block 95% of particles that are either going out of your mouth or that you're breathing in.
When it comes to masks, it's all about filters and fit.
There are ways to really improve the performance of a surgical mask by improving its fit. One way is to use some little kind of clips or toggles on the ear loops so that you can tighten it up so it pulls closer to your face.
But these masks are only good if you can find them.
We are going to provide all of our patients as they come into our settings a surgical mask if they come in.
The Boys and Girls Club recently secured $200,000 for local students and teachers. And surgical masks are also available online from a number of retailers.
Strongly encouraging them to go to that mask because they have been proven to be more effective than the cloth masks.
In Madison, Christina Laurie, News 3 Now.
As Christina mentioned, the Dane County Boys and Girls Club recently received 200,000 high-quality masks. They say distribution of those will begin tomorrow at the club on the Allied Drive in the Allied Drive neighborhood from noon until 6. For more dates, go to channel3000.com. Republican lawmakers are advancing a bill that would require employers to count a prior COVID-19 infection as an alternative to vaccination and testing. GOP lawmakers and bill supporters spent most of the hearing testifying about how they consider natural immunity to be at least as effective as being vaccinated. Now, no one spoke against the bill, but several state medical groups oppose it. Governor Evers almost certainly would veto the bill if it reaches his desk. State health officials say schools need to do more to keep their children safe right now. That's why the Madison School District hosted its own vaccine clinic this afternoon at Kennedy Elementary. Organizers say they expected to give about 100 first or second doses to children between the ages of 5 and 11. Boosters were available also for anyone 12 and up.
We've got several schools that are doing different clinics on different days. So the MMSD nurses have really kind of come together, and we're the ones that say we're going to host a clinic at our school. And so it's been awesome to see so many nurses step up and offer clinics at their school.
The clinic was held in partnership with SSM Health. They'll host a second shot clinic for anyone who got their first dose today in 3 weeks. Bad news for America's northern neighbor. The CDC has now placed Canada in its highest risk category for travel due to rising cases. The CDC designated Canada as a level 4. That means the agency advises people not to travel there. Canada joins more than 80 other destinations in that level 4 category. We turn things over to weather now. Meteorologist Dana Fulton and our certified most accurate forecast.
It's really nice to be outside and not be below zero right now after a sunny sky today and our breeze coming in from the south. It helped our temperatures climb a little closer to average this afternoon. It's also leading to a less cold overnight for us. Looking at this visible cloud check, of course, we had that sunshine today. You can notice all of the white stretching through Wisconsin into northern Illinois. That's the snow on the ground getting reflected back up in our satellite imagery. 35 currently in Madison, 34 right now in Janesville, and about 33 in Lone Rock. Compared to this time yesterday, though, 38 degrees warmer for Lone Rock and about 34 degrees warmer in Mineral Point. So again, not as cold for us. And as we look ahead to tomorrow, plan on high temperatures, generally landing in the mid to low 30s. Shouldn't be too bad outside. A little more cloud coverage building in for us on Wednesday, and we might see some flurry chances for us on Wednesday, but we'll take a closer look at that full 10-day forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Dana, thank you. New video tonight of the aftermath of a house fire in the town of Porter this afternoon in Rock County. The Edgerton fire chief says no people were inside at the time, but 2 dogs were killed in this fire. Crews were on scene for about 5 hours and had to call in help due to the cold weather and lack of access to water. The home said to be a total loss. Back to the Halderson trial now. Before his positive COVID diagnosis, testimony today focused on the Halderson fireplace at their home. A former Dane County detective took the stand who also happened to live across the street from the Haldersons. He says he detected a strong burning odor. He said he thought it was just a fire pit burning some firewood at first, but then after 5 minutes or so, he says the smell changed a bit. In his words, quote, more in line of what he thought someone was barbecuing.
Kind of became real strong, kind of like a pungent smell, to the point that I actually walked down my driveway half the distance and kind of looked up and down the street to see if anybody was doing anything like grilling or something else was going on, and I didn't see anything at that point.
Jurors also saw footage from a neighboring home security camera of a flickering light from the fireplace in the Halderson home. A detective testified how they ran tests to illustrate that the light was coming from the Halderson fireplace, and a special agent with the DOJ arson unit also said he recovered bone fragments during an examination of that fireplace. As we mentioned earlier, the trial now being delayed at least a week. There are still a lot of uncertainties about what the trial will look like going forward. As we learn more about what it means for the testimony, stay with News 3 Now and channel3000.com for the latest. Next at 10, what police called a high-risk situation ends with gunfire this afternoon on the city's east side. And tonight, the Division of Criminal Investigation is officially taking over the case. Happened not far from the airport near Northport and Dryden Drives. Started as an attempted arrest of a robbery suspect in a nearby apartment. And that's when the suspect decided to run, jumping from a second-story unit. Police chased the suspect, and they say he started shooting at them. Police shot back.
The suspect was struck multiple times. At the time he was transported to UW for medical evaluation, he was conscious and alert. All the officers involved per protocol are being placed on leave.
And Chief Barnes believes the suspect was wanted in connection to several robberies over the past week, including one just last night. And an update to a story from last month. Madison police say they've made an arrest in connection to a shooting in the Home Depot parking lot on Verona Road. The suspect taken into custody yesterday. 2 people were hospitalized in that shooting. Police say they were meeting someone to purchase drugs when they were shot. 4 people, including an infant, were on this medical helicopter when it crashed in Pennsylvania today. Officials say the crash was actually a miracle landing because the area went down and is heavily trafficked, but no one outside the helicopter was injured. All 4 occupants aboard were able to get out with non-life-threatening injuries, and the NTSB will now investigate to find a cause of that crash. Governor Tony Evers traveling the state to meet with small businesses that are getting grants to help them through the pandemic. He visited Arcadia Books in Spring Green this afternoon. The store was selected for the We're All In Small Business Grant. That's the largest grant program focused exclusively on small businesses, funded primarily by the Federal CARES Act. The We're All In program provides $2,500 grants to 30,000 small businesses. New tonight, the Wisconsin Supreme Court shutting down Speaker Robin Voss's attempt to avoid a deposition tomorrow, where he will take questions under oath over whether he followed the state's open records law. It was his third defeat in a little over 24 hours on the matter. He will be questioned tomorrow by the liberal group American Oversight. It has been seeking records of a partisan review of the 2020 election ordered by Speaker Voss. Tommy Thompson says he is not ruling out yet another run for governor. He was previously elected governor 4 times and is currently wrapping up a stint as interim president of the UW system. In an interview with a Milwaukee TV station, the 80-year-old Republican said, quote, "Everything is on the table," saying he is physically and mentally capable of doing anything. President Biden and Vice President Harris back in D.C. tonight after spending much of the day in Atlanta to make the case for Senate passage of voting rights legislation. At least 19 states, including Georgia, have passed 34 laws making it more difficult for people to vote since the 2020 presidential election. Skylar Henry reports.
The fight for democracy took center stage in Atlanta, Georgia, as President Biden pushed for passage on key voting rights bills.
For the right to vote and to have that vote counted is democracy's threshold liberty. Without it, nothing is possible. But with it, anything is possible.
One measure would update the 1965 Voting Rights Act and force states with a history of discrimination to clear any potential changes to election laws with the Justice Department.
There is nothing normal about a law that makes it illegal to pass out water or food to people standing in long voting lines.
Another would establish national election standards by, among other things, requiring all 50 states to offer at least 2 weeks of early voting. President Biden has signaled he's ready to change Senate rules to allow the voting rights bills to pass with a simple majority, without Republican support. But at least 2 moderate Senate Democrats, Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, remain opposed to changing the filibuster rules, while Republicans say the move goes too far.
It protects a member of the Senate who represents a minority view or needs additional information before agreeing to proceed.
Some voting rights advocates have also expressed concerns President Biden isn't moving fast enough.
What we really want to see, given that he came down here, is that he's got an ironclad deal in place.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is expected to force a vote on the filibuster issue on the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday next Monday. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Now, some voting rights advocates boycotted President Biden's speech. Georgia Democratic gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams also missed the event, citing a scheduling conflict. New coins featuring prominent women in U.S. history have begun shipping out to banks this week, starting with writer Maya Angelou, the first black woman to appear on a U.S. quarter. It's part of the multi-year series to honor the contributions of women to this country across several fields, including civil rights, government, science, and the arts. A new series of quarters will be released each year through 2025, with a different coin rolling out every 2 or 3 months. Governor Evers ordering all flags in Wisconsin to be flown at half-staff tomorrow and Friday for the 2 Mineral Point firefighters who died in a crash last week while responding to a call. Firefighter James Ludlam and Captain Brian Bush died when their fire truck was hit by a semi on Highway 151 last Thursday. Services for the 2 will be held in Mineral Point tomorrow and Friday. And still ahead tonight, why one of the country's largest airlines is again reducing its flight schedule. Plus, U.S. News and World Report out with a breakdown of the top 10 jobs of 2022. See if yours made the cut. That's coming up next.
At the Burrish Group at UBS, we believe in empowering women to take control of their financial security with a team of female advisors who understand the needs and goals of women. We believe you can achieve anything you put your mind to and can help you stay ahead of life's expected and unexpected events. Give our team a call today to start the conversation.
We love our new home. Lots of windows, great light.
But the birds. They're back.
Yes, I hear them.
Uh-oh. Why are these birds so angry?
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
I'm going.
Hurry!
I know. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Dirt bike racing action returns. The Arena Cross Nationals. Epic action races into the Alliant Energy Center January 28th and 29th for 2 nights of heart-pumping, throttle-roaring, action-packed two-wheel racing. Get tickets now at the Alliant Energy Center box office or online at arenacrossnationals.com. Two-wheel action on dirt Friday and Saturday, January 28th and 29th. The must-see action of 2022. Let's go racing!
There's a glitch in the Matrix, and Denny's is delivering for free. Get special glitchy freebies at Denny's.com, but free delivery won't last long. See you at Denny's.com.
Just 2 pills for all-day pain relief. Aleve it and see what's possible. And also try Aleve X topical pain relief.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Cross-country skiing is a great way to enjoy Wisconsin winters, and now there is a new course right here in the 608. Josh Sprider takes you along to try it out.
And we are watching the latest model trends for a possible weekend snow event. We'll have the latest forecast from 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
With millions of Americans quitting their jobs recently, there is a new list of where they could land next. U.S. News & World Report is out with the top 10 jobs for 2022. Topping the list, information security analyst. It's recognized for its median salary of more than $103,000 a year, strong job potential for growth and good work-life balance. Other tech jobs were also high on the list, but careers in healthcare took 4 of the top 10 spots, with nurse practitioner at number 2, physician's assistant at number 3.
They have lower barriers to entry than some other healthcare jobs. They don't require medical school, so you can start working much earlier.
When making their rankings, U.S. News & World Report balances factors like salary, unemployment rate, job growth, and stress. Kia and Hyundai auto sales combined, outselling Honda in the United States for the first time ever. According to sales figures supplied by automakers, the brands together ranked 5th in U.S. sales for 2021. They outsold Honda by more than 130,000 cars, trucks, and minivans. Hyundai set a record for retail sales, excluding sales to fleet customers. For Kia, it was the first time the brand ever sold more than 700,000 vehicles in 1 year. The 2 Korean automakers are closely related. United Airlines says it is reducing its flight schedule in hopes of stemming COVID-related staffing shortages that have caused thousands of flight cancellations. It's unknown right now how many flights will be scaled back. Airlines across the country have been canceling hundreds of flights every day since Christmas Eve as they grapple with shortages due to COVID infections and also bad weather in some parts of the country. An unusual ground stop issued for some pilots at West Coast airports yesterday following North Korea's missile launch. A U.S. official says it wasn't a national ground stop and it may have been issued by a regional air traffic control facility. It's unclear why the stop was issued in the first place. A statement from U.S. forces in Korea says the missile test posed no threat to the U.S. or South Korean territories. Oceans set a new record for warmest temperatures for the 3rd year in a row. That's according to an annual study published today in the journal Advances in Atmospheric Sciences. The past 5 years have been the warmest since record keeping started in the 50s. Researchers blame human activity for rising water temps because oceans absorb heat from the atmosphere. Warmer oceans can create more powerful storms and increased rainfall. We felt it warm up today a bit. Here's meteorologist Dana Fulton and your certified most accurate forecast.
It was nice to have a little bit of a jump in our temperatures. Thankfully, that still puts us fairly close to average, not too big of a warm up for early January. Now, temperatures for tomorrow will be just a little bit above average for our Wednesday. Frankly, pretty mild to see highs in the mid-30s, but again, not a huge warm up for the middle of the week. Some light flurries expected for us for Wednesday. Better chance for snow showers as we look ahead to Thursday, and then possibly Friday night into Saturday, seeing some snow showers pass through. Right now, this system being a little tricky for us, currently trending further off to the west. In fact, it might not impact a lot of our area, but we'll take a closer look at that in just a second. As far as overnight goes, temperatures will drop to the mid-20s. Early Wednesday morning, we have the chance for some light flurries, possibly mixed with some freezing drizzle at times, but I think most of the area is going to stay dry early Wednesday. Afternoon highs will be in the mid-30s. Looking ahead to Thursday, we have this opportunity for light snow to build in throughout the early morning, and then high temperatures landing as we look ahead to the afternoon in the mid to low 30s. But it's really more of a morning event for us on Thursday. So snowfall for Thursday, really trending under an inch. So a light amount, trace amount of dusting for us on Thursday. That's not really the big weather maker. What we're focusing on right now is Friday. Friday looks like this could bring a lot of snow pulling to the west, though. So that's better news for us, not seeing a big snow event, but it is going to dump a lot off to the west since that's where the trend is currently pulling it. This is throughout the day on Friday night into Saturday morning. Notice most of that heavier snowfall doesn't even cross the Wisconsin state line. So two models here. Our Euro bringing in just trace amounts for most of southern Wisconsin, not expecting much along our southeastern counties. The GFS pulling it just a little bit more to the east, still seeing trace amounts in Madison, but we could see a little more of a measurable snow event for our southwestern counties. Right now, leaning more towards that trace amount, maybe up to an inch of accumulation, but just a small shift in the storm could bring quite a bit more snowfall to our southwestern counties. So something we're going to keep a very close eye on throughout the day on Wednesday and into Thursday, as this is again a Friday event for us. Tomorrow, high temperatures will be in the mid-30s, a mostly cloudy sky with some flurries and possibly some light freezing drizzle early in the day, but most of the area should stay dry. For Thursday, it's in the morning that we'll have some light snow. Trace amounts up to an inch possible on Thursday. Friday, we have this chance for snow mainly to the west, though, really looking west of Dane County late Friday into Saturday morning, possibly a lingering flurry early Saturday. Otherwise, Saturday, a little colder outside. High temperatures will be in the upper teens. Overnight lows drop back to the single digits. For Sunday, highs in the mid-20s. And next week, it looks like a little bit of a colder stretch again. Mid to low 20s for highs early in the week. We'll have some snow chances midweek, and then a cooler blast expected by the end of the week with highs back in the low teens.
And coming up in sports, the Wanakita-Forest rivalry was renewed on the hardwood tonight. How a fast start pushed the Norskis past the Warriors. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Nurse Mariam Sabo knows a moment this pure demands a lotion this pure. New Gold Bond Pure Moisture Lotion. 24-hour hydration. No parabens, dyes, or fragrances. Gold Bond. Champions your skin.
Isn't it great how swinging through Culver's drive-thru marks the unofficial start to family time? How biting into a hot-off-the-grill Butterburger makes worries melt away? And how a fresh frozen custard concrete mixer puts a smile on your face every time? Here, a meal you didn't have to make is a meal made fresh for you. And being greeted with a smile, even beneath a mask, makes all the difference.
There's a reason we put so much care into our food. That reason is you.
Welcome to Delicious. Enjoy the benefits of soft water with Morton water softeners at Menards. Morton's Demand Control Wi-Fi softener is a smarter way to manage your water. Right now, buy any Morton water softener and get a $50 rebate. Replace your toilet with a Titan Tall Elongated Toilet from American Standard. It has a powerful flush and AquaGuard to reduce condensation. Save big money right now on the American Standard Titan Elongated Toilet at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
So here's what we won't do. We won't let self-doubt win again. Because together, we're working on something more real.
Elbows in.
With a real plan and coach for real 360 support. That's Anytime Fitness. That's Real AF.
Over these past months, we've all experienced changes and a great deal of reflection. But here's a change you can truly be excited about. Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, permanently removes the fat from your stomach, hips and thighs, and back.
I
I walked past mirrors. I didn't want to see any of that. I can't even tell you how excited I am about Sono Bello and what they've done for me.
I'm just living my best life now because I'm being the best that I can be.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. Plus, get $250 off instantly. You deserve to do something for you. Call 1-888-512-1753 or go to sonobello.com now.
Think you know Madison? Test your city smarts in this month's interactive issue of Madison Magazine. Answer fast facts, solve a crossword, guess the year, and much more. Visit madisonmagazine.com and order your copy today.
News 3 and Channel 3000 put top stories and breaking news at your fingertips. Video alerts and forecasts. Clean, simple, and fast. Download the Channel 3000 app today.
Monday, it was the Big Ten Conference and the Naismith Trophy handing out Player of the Week awards for Johnny Davis. Today, the Badger sophomore added another to his collection. Davis was named the Oscar Robertson National Player of the Week for his 3-game performance last week. Currently, he's 5th in the nation in scoring and leads Wisconsin in points, rebounds, assists, and steals. Big game in the Badger Conference. DeForest hosting Wanakee in a battle of the top 2 teams in the East Division, and what a start it was for the Norskies. Max Weisbrod rattles home a triple. He finished with 19, and Defoe jumped out to a 12-0 lead. Wanakee, though, would answer with Andrew Keller. The future Cyclone spins and wins for 2 of his game-high 20 points. But the Norskies always had an answer anytime the Warriors would make a run. Alex Van Ooyen takes it hard to the rack for 2 of his 14 as DeForest beats Wanakee 65-62. The Wisconsin women's basketball team is taking their MLK Day of Service and are turning it into an entire week of volunteering, starting with tomorrow's game against Minnesota. And they're asking for your help. The Badgers are hosting a sock drive at the Kohl Center and would like you to bring a new pair of socks to donate. So far this season, Zadarius Smith has played only 18 snaps, and that was way back in week 1 of the season against the Saints. Since then, he's been on IR and had back surgery. But now Big Z could be back. His back is feeling good, and the plan is to have him practice tomorrow, and if that goes well, we could see Smith back out on the field for the Packers' playoff game next weekend.
I want to kind of temper the expectations. Here's a guy that hasn't practiced since week really before the New Orleans game. So we'll get him back out there and see how he looks, see what type of shape he's in. And, you know, if he progresses and, you know, checks all the boxes, then he'll be back out on the field.
And in 235 days, Wisconsin will begin the 2022 season. So why not look ahead to next year, right? Well, the way too early top 25 polls already out, and Bucky is getting some love. Sports Illustrated has UW 17th in the nation, while ESPN lists the Badgers at 24th. We're back after this.
Morning.
Who said that? Whoa, where did that come from? Floating money.
It's funny.
Good luck out there.
Just 2 pills for all-day pain relief. Aleve it and see what's possible. And also try Aleve X topical pain relief.
News 3 Now and St. Vincent de Paul are collecting new and gently used blankets for our neighbors in need. You can drop them off at any Dane County St. Vincent de Paul store or participating area churches the last weekend in January. Thank you for your generosity.
Weather can be weathered with technology there to help you in a Ford Escape. Winter roads can be tough. Bronco Sport, tougher. And Explorer can take the bite out of chilly mornings. Ford, winter like you mean it. Hurry in to get a great offer on a weather-ready Ford SUV. Visit your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers today.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces,
generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
I want to have $1 million when I retire.
Oh, great goal.
So where do I start?
Well, first you set up automatic transfers into savings. That can add up pretty quickly.
For me, working on putting $1,000 into an emergency fund got me in a good saving habit.
Already on it.
Then put together a plan to get rid of debt and maximize your investments. You know, Summit helped me do.
Oh, that's great. I love how Summit gives people the knowledge and confidence to go after their goals. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
Prepare to feel good in 2022. Join Planet Fitness now for zero enrollment, $10 a month, extended to January 14th. Enjoy tons of equipment in our clean clubs for zero enrollment.
Zero enrollment?
And $10 a month.
That makes me so happy.
You know what else will make you happy? Flowing off steam in our judgment-free zone.
It's all about the endorphins, baby. What's up?
It's this place, I tell you.
Amen, baby.
Feel Fit-tacular in 2022 for zero enrollment, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 14th.
Hey, Laney, when is the baby coming?
Very, very soon.
Dad, what about yours?
You're gonna... Yeah, okay, well...
Airline turbulence over 5G service Thursday at 6. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
And finally tonight, the fossilized remains of an ichthyosaur have been found in England's Midlands, the largest and most complete of its kind discovered in the UK. These were large marine reptiles, similar in shape to dolphins, but far more terrifying, and they grew up to lengths of 80 feet. This 33-foot-long fossil was discovered last February. It's thought to be 180 million years old. Known as sea dragons due to having large eyes and teeth, ichthyosaurs went extinct about 90 million years ago. Pretty fascinating stuff. Let's go back to Dana. Final check of the forecast.
We're expecting a small chance for some flurries early tomorrow morning. Otherwise, high temperatures will be in the mid-30s with a mostly cloudy sky for Wednesday, Thursday. Light snow early in the day. Generally, trace amounts to an inch of accumulation. Not a lot of snow expected for us on Thursday. Friday, we're keeping a close eye on this event that could bring significant snowfall west of us into Iowa and Minnesota, possibly into our southwestern counties. But right now, things are really trending off to the west. We'll keep a close eye on that system for Friday. By the weekend, it gets a little colder outside for Saturday in the teens, Sunday in the mid-20s, and next week we turn back a little bit below average and might see some single-digit overnight lows again, Eric.
All right, Dana, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10. Have a great evening. We'll be back here tomorrow.